Human trafficking happens here in Fort Worth. It happens everywhere all across the United States, and sometimes it's really subtle and it's really hard to see, but sometimes it's a lot more obvious. As a police department, we see a lot of really awful things and things that I wouldn't wish on anybody. We did have a case a few months ago of there was a girl, she had just turned 13, she'd been trafficked since she was 12. We had found her posted online that night before and immediately started moving to go get her. And she had a lot of trauma, a lot of anger, a lot of health issues, and I just remember she wouldn't talk to us and didn't want anything to do with police, but she immediately bonded with her advocate. Advocates aren't police, they're not CPS, and they're literally just there. They're just there to help. The survivors tend to trust them a lot more and really listen to their advice. Because we have the advocates, it changes these kids' lives.
Most of the time when the police call, those are my favorite calls, because I know the area is safe. That means they've already went in, they've arrested people, they've cleared out the scene so that we are actually safe. And so we're able to go in to help support them, let them know that we want to help them, and we're here for them like in the long run as well. The detention center? That's where majority of our girls go if they're minors until they go into a placement. If they don't have a place to go, it's either the shelter, detention. So to have a drop-in center would at least give them that time to rest, to shower, and to at least eat at night. Most of the time, whenever you have those things, then you're able to communicate effectively with other people so that they can help you.
These kids are already traumatized, and it really takes a while to convince them that you're going to take care of them and that they'll be safe. And if you're taking them to a detention center and putting them behind bars, that's not a real safe feeling. And so the fact that we could create a drop-in center where they can come and they can receive support, then I think you begin to help them realize that there is an alternative and that we can help them get away from those predators.
The drop-in center will be at One Safe Place, which is our Family Justice Center, which is one of the only centers of its type in the United States. There's people to help, there's law enforcement there that won't be scary. I think it's a huge addition for this community and a great resource for those in need to have to go to.
So Drop-In Center serves two purposes. First, it's a place where advocates and law enforcement can bring a trafficking survivor immediately after they've been recovered. Second, it's a place where victims can walk in on their own. Our staff will work to build trust and rapport with them, and our hope is that they will eventually ask for help.
One of the things that we get from time to time are letters from individuals who have gone through this and have maybe had an opportunity to get away. And I'll read this letter. They begin by saying, "My life, I would say, was pitch black.
I felt enslaved. I felt deserted, lost, exploited, wondering when I would be alleviated of all the pain I endured.
I felt like it was a nightmare and a bad illusion. The only light I had was Unbound. I had no money. I was alone, several states away from home. My mom had no idea where I was until Unbound helped me.
They helped me get home by arranging a flight the next day after they found me. They housed me while I was waiting for the flight.
They even gave me a flip phone the morning of my flight to call my mom once I arrived. I didn't know there was something out there that could change my life. I thought that I was stuck in this life. It was like a miracle. I felt like God used Unbound to help me to my path of recovery.
Because of Unbound, I am home with my family now, and I am graduating high school, a personal goal of mine. I'm also beginning college and getting therapy for my PTSD.
They've sent me books to keep my mind occupied. They're also arranging tattoo removal of my trafficker's name, which is what I'm really looking forward to.
It's hard to believe that just in the slingshot, the harder you pull back, the faster it will rise up. I thank Unbound for checking up on me and my progress. Most people will go about their day and move on. God bless.